Good evening, friends. This side Rahul Magan here as a Group Chief Executive Officer, Treasury Consulting, and also a venture capitalist. The video shot on 4th April 2021. As I told you that I'm back on YouTube, and now you would be having lot of videos covering what is happening across the globe, and that too with authentic information. I started my career as a treasury analyst in 2007. It was really a modest journey, and especially in Indian markets when 99% of the treasury functions are running as a cost center. The meaning of the cost center is that still many people believe that treasury is nothing but a function who do fund transfer, RTGS, max to max, simple transactions in the foreign currency, working capital loans, and interacting with the banks. This is the unanimous definition of treasury function across India, except the few good companies, political or non-political, that is separate thing, like Reliance, Tata Consultancy, SCL Technologies, L&T. Except these good companies, those who are considered as a place where treasury is running as a profit center, which means that these companies are optimally utilizing treasury as a function, and that's definitely a good feedback to them, because these companies are, of course, big companies. Like Reliance is a big player in oil and telecommunication, TCS is a good player in information technology, L&T engineering conglomerate, SCL an IT company. These companies are, I would say, really making treasury as a profit center. And of course, the credit has to go to the corporate policy and everyone who is involved. When I joined as a treasury function, I always used to get or meet with, even today, when our Indian entity invests with mutual funds, we often used to meet with the mutual funds in India and outside India. And when you travel outside India, or when you travel in different parts of the globe, you meet a lot of funds. Some funds are having their own structures, so these pros and cons happens, to be honest. I always used to believe that when I used to read the fund statements without quoting any name, I always used to believe that there are issues with the fund statement. Like these fund statements are having this issue. Like, I don't want to quote the mutual fund, but in the last, very soon you will see a new service of treasury consulting wherein we would be evaluating the mutual funds. And I'm going through a lot of equity mutual funds in India. And in every equity mutual funds, I am finding few stocks which ideally should not bought. But finding a rationale of why we bought these stock is like getting a needle in a city. So there is no rationale. I always thought that we should have, that a day would come in my life when I have my own fund. And thankfully now Treasury Consulting as an entity is in fact already launched own fund, which we titles as friend funds. Now friend funds doesn't mean that there are a lot of friends in that. Now friend funds means that it is our own capital, it is nobody's capital. So no venture capitalist invested in this fund, no private equity invested in this fund, neither any support from the government has taken, no borrowings from any bank has done. It's all our capital, completely our capital. Basically, it's a prop fund. I don't know how many understand prop fund, but in Europe, there is a culture of prop fund. Now, prop fund means that fund managers create a fund, they run using their own capital and they run their own way. So they are outside any guidelines. Because third party capital is not there. No venture capitalist, private equity, government, any individual, any corporate, any institutional investors, nobody invested in this fund. So it's all our capital. Now, these friend funds would definitely be investing in India and across India, like Nasdaq, maybe God willing, SGX, Singapore Stock Exchange, and multiple places across the globe. We would definitely have our exposures in equities, commodities, currencies, and CFD. CFD stands for contract for differences. The structure and the composition of this fund is highly confidential. Like I said, it's a closed-end fund. Now, closed-end fund means that except few people, no one knows how exactly this fund is running, because outside capital is not allowed. And throughout the lifetime of this fund, outside capital will not be allowed in this fund. It's a closed-end mutual fund, closed-end fund. But I'm thankful that the journey which I started in 2007 as a treasury analyst and winded up in 2016 as a corporate treasurer was very fruitful. Interacted with a lot of banks, financial institutions, interacted with them on Reuters, Bloomberg, joining multiple conferences in India, Singapore, Hong Kong, Malaysia, different parts of the globe. Travel a lot, understood how exactly the asset management industry is working. What are the various issues in the asset management industry? How asset management industry is often getting failed, like take the current situation that in the last week, a big hedge fund, in fact, I shouldn't call this hedge fund, it's a family owned funds of around 100 billion plus cracked. And you won't believe that almost Credit Suisse, Nomura, and MUFG, Mitsubishi, almost everyone lost. And I doubt, to be honest, with due respect, the figures being quoted by these funds in the public domain that they lost this much amount of money is a credible figure or not. Because I understand the banking system. And I understand that whenever bank lost, like in 2008 till 2016, they always got the low value. And when they gain, they again got the high value. So the figure which these companies or the banks are quoting, I really doubt on these figures. But anyways, I'm not commenting anything, so let it be, to be honest. The collapse of this family fund created a lot of mess in the financial system. Now regulators are trying to find out how they can resolve this or how they can save their reputation, because ultimately they are losing it, right? Once again, a fund collapsed and regulator is not aware of. My journey of 2007 as a treasury analyst till 2016 as a corporate treasurer, from 2016 from a treasury consulting group founder till 2021 to a big company, and now 2021 as a founder of our own fund, which is again a closed-end fund. And I promise you that this fund learned a lot in the last 10 to 12 years. The mistakes in 2008, 2016, very recently 2021, these perpetual mistakes, and how exactly the asset management industry is happening. Before I wind up this video, let me make one thing very clear. This is not a solicitation video whereby we are inviting people to invest. We are not inviting anyone to invest in our fund. And even after looking at this video, if you are writing a WhatsApp message to me that you are looking to invest in our fund, that you are wasting your time, because we will not accept your capital. Like I said, it's a closed-end fund. Most importantly, in this video, I would like to make myself very clear that the fund would taking up positions in India, outside India, because it's a prop capital, right? Commodities, currencies, equities, and all. But I'm thankful, especially to the mistakes committed by the mutual funds, the mistakes committed by the hedge funds, the very recent mistake committed by a fund, that these all are perennial mistakes committed by the funds which we should afraid of always. This is Rahul Magan from Treasury Consulting Group. You know my personal number, which is +91 9899 242 978. But I'm really thanks to someone in the sky, my Lord, my parents, and I mean all my good friends, the banker friends who always supported me to have my own fund. The journey, the tag of 2007, a treasury analyst, is today, 2021, is changing. Now I am a founder of my own fund, which I title as a friend funds. Thank you very much. And guys, this is the beginning of our own fund. I am promising you, Treasury Consulting would be launching a very sophisticated fund. Again, a closed-end fund covering only commodities. We would be launching a closed-end funds covering penny stocks. This is just a beginning. Thank you very much. You know my personal number, which is +91 9899 242 978. Have a great time ahead. Thank you, sir.